Lattafa Mohra, a good fragrance idea but left unfinished. Coming up. Hello YouTube, hello dear Fragmatics, welcome to another video. Today we take a look at Lattafa Mohra or Mohra, you decide how to pronounce it. So let's relax, take a cup of coffee and dive in. So, Lattafa Mohra, what do I have to say about this fragrance? First of all, before we dive in and analyze the scent profile, let me show you the presentation. This is the box, quite nice in my opinion. Feels like, or at least has a rubber texture, but doesn't have anything on it, it's just plain cardboard. This part, the red part, feels like metal, and I think it's metal. And let me show you the bottle. And this is the bottle. Quite nice compared to other Lattafa bottles. This one feels elegant. The cap is plastic, it's cheap plastic. Well, it has some weight but feels like cheap. And the only part which is out of place is this ribbon. A friendly advice, if you buy this fragrance, just take out the ribbon, because I don't feel like it's something which will change the overall aspect of the bottle. I think it's way more practical and beautiful without the ribbon. But anyway, this is my advice. So, the scent profile. You will ask me, how does it smell? People say that this smells like Halfeti Cedar from Penhaligon's, and also smells like Halfeti Leather, also from Penhaligon. By the way it looks, the box and the bottle, this one should be a clone of Penhaligon's Halfeti Leather, which looks like this, right? No, wrong. This one feels more like Halfeti Cedar. Although it looks like Halfeti Leather, the scent profile, the overall scent profile, has more in common with Halfeti Cedar. And to be completely sincere, in my opinion, at least to my nose, this one smells like a mix between Halfeti Cedar from Penhaligon's, Chopard Oud Malaki, Eau de Parfum, I think, and another clone from Lattafa, or at least from Ard al Zaafaran, which is a sub-brand of Lattafa. Ard al Zaafaran 24 hours, which also is trying to be a kind of a clone of Tom Ford Black Orchid. Initially, this smelled like some kind of cheap eucalyptus medicinal type of liquid mixed with some kind of Coca-Cola type of beverage. Now, taking you forward a few months later, the scent profile completely changed after the liquid macerated, and it changed in a good way. So, little warning, if you buy this and you expect the same results I have now, you will be disappointed. Now let's go to Fragmaticus. The main accords are woody, warm spicy, patchouli, fresh spicy, powdery, musky, balsamic, earthy, and amber. And the official notes are: on the top you have saffron, lavender, blood orange, and bergamot. On the middle you have black pepper, rose, and Cashmeran. And on the base you have patchouli, sandalwood, cedar, labdanum, and musk. Let me show you the atomizer. It looks like this. And now let me show you how it sprays. Well, let's say it sprays a fair amount. A good mist, but not too far away. So we need to apply it quite close. It's an okay atomizer, it's an average atomizer. Not the best, but not the worst. Now, the scent profile. First of all, like I said, the scent profile evolved a lot. Now it smells like something good, because first time it was a complete mess. So, it opens with a fresh citrus and eucalyptus type of a combo. And I know this should be the cedar and the patchouli, but in the opening it feels more like eucalyptus, like a medicinal eucalyptus. And it's followed by a fruity accord. The fruity accord smells like a well-ripped, juicy and boozy plum mixed with some kind of spiciness, and this is the black pepper. It has that punch from the black pepper. It tinkles your nose. And that juicy and boozy plum, it's mouth-watering, and the spices create some kind of depth to the scent profile. It has some kind of another dimension except the top notes. It feels fruity, it feels fresh, but in the same time it feels deep and mysterious. And although the notes I just gave you and the accords and the description doesn't mean much, all this mix and creates the vibes, the scent of a Coca-Cola beverage mixed with spices and Mentos. And don't worry, there is no explosion, there is no kaboom, but it has that smell like Mentos mixed with Coca-Cola and some spices. Like I said, this fragrance changed a lot. I remember the first time when I bought it, it was kind of a mess, but now has depth, has good top notes, and has that kind of smoothness and spiciness you'd find in good expensive, or not expensive, but designer fragrances. Now, after the 5 minutes, the edges round up and you get that juicy plum, that juicy and boozy plum, and you get that black pepper like I told you, but also you get some saffron, but not too much, not like the saffron you get in most of the Lattafa fragrances, because Lattafa uses a lot of, let's say, kind of saffron notes in their fragrances, but this one has less saffron, it has more black pepper. On the background you have the lavender with the patchouli trying to reveal itself like a true note. It's changing, it's not that eucalyptus, that medicinal eucalyptus note like it was a few moments ago. Yeah, after 5 minutes you start to feel the difference between the patchouli, the cedar, and you don't feel that pungent, that sharp eucalyptus, that medicinal eucalyptus note. When you get to the middle, which happens quite fast in this fragrance, you lose all the citruses and you are left only with warm notes. You still get that juicy and mouth-watering plum, that well-ripped plum, but now you are getting something extra that makes this fragrance almost gourmand. You are getting a chocolate and truffle accord and makes this fragrance addictive, dense but airy. In the same time, you are getting a good dose of patchouli, which now feels like a real patchouli, not the mess you had in the opening, because the patchouli in the opening mixed with the cedar felt like eucalyptus, but now feels like a real patchouli. And you are getting some heat pumping out from the background. And this is the black pepper, and it gives that warm, cozy feeling to the fragrance. Yeah. And the cedar also is there, is present, and gives a woody and smoky touch to the overall scent profile. Now it feels elegant, it feels well done, it feels well put together. Has depth, it's warm, it's juicy, it's gourmand, it's dense, it's mysterious. The middle is quite good. In my opinion, Lattafa Mohra smells like a mix between Halfeti Cedar by Penhaligon and 24 Hours by Ard al Zaafaran. Now, some people online, they say that Lattafa Mohra smells like a mix between Halfeti Cedar and the Tom Ford Black Orchid. I don't agree with that, because to my nose it smells closer to Ard al Zaafaran, which is also made by Lattafa, because it has that chocolate and truffle mix, and Ard al Zaafaran, it's a take on Black Orchid by Tom Ford. And finally we get to the dry down. The only difference between the middle and the dry down is that the patchouli loses his force and you get more of the cedar note. You get a warm and woody scent profile with plum and chocolate and truffle on the top, and on the base you get the Cedar with a little bit of Labdanum, giving that leather kind of a touch. And I think this is the reason why people associate this with Halfeti leather by Penhaligons. But in my opinion, there is not enough Labdanum to go in that direction. It's trying from far away to mimic that scent profile, but it stays always closer to Halfeti Cedar. Now, to my nose, the dry down smells like a mix between Chopard wood Malaki. You get that warm scent profile from Chopard wood Malaki, and you get that gourmand scent profile from 24 Hours by Ard al Zaafaran, that chocolate and truffle mix. Also the reason why people associate this with Tom Ford. The dry down feels dark, deep and mysterious, and you can say that Lattafa Mohra in the dry down feels like a niche, like an expensive niche Arabic fragrance. Has that elegant touch to it, has that deep, that rich scent profile. Also, the dry down, except being elegant, has a kind of a zen element to it. Feels like you enter into an Arabic hall where they burn precious oils. Has a holy element to it, feels warm and has that holy feeling to it. And now let's resume all the things I just said. Lattafa Mohra, it's a good release which tries to combine multiple expensive fragrances into a single cheap all-in-one everyday perfume. If you buy it and you leave it to macerate at least 3 months, the opening will be less harsh, but you will get an overall good scent profile. You will get a juicy and boozy plum with some spices. You will get chocolate and truffle. You will get a good dose of Cedar and Patchouli, which makes this fragrance woody and smoky, but in the same time green and earthy. You get the same holy, warm and cozy scent profile like in Chopard wood Malaki. And overall you get that kind of a niche Arabic touch. Let's discuss performance, which sadly it's not great for this fragrance. But for the price you pay, let's say it's a fair trade-off. Longevity, you can get around 3 hours depending on how much you apply. And if you apply a heavy dose of this, I mean if you take a shower with it, you can push it to 4 hours. Projection, it's weak for the first 45 minutes, and after that it's a scent close to skin. And by close to skin, I mean like you really need to touch your skin to feel it. You know, you need to go close. Sillage, weak sillage for the first, let's say, 45 minutes to 1 hour, depending of course of how much you apply. Let's say 1 hour if you get weak sillage for 1 hour, but it's a quite optimist prediction, that one. Now, this is a perfect unisex fragrance. I think this can be worn by men and by women. It all depends on the occasion. I mean depending on how you wear this fragrance, but it's perfect unisex in my opinion. Seasons, I see no restrictions here because this fragrance feels different in warm weather and feels different in cold weather. It's fresh enough for the warm weather, but also it's warm and cozy enough for the cold weather. So you can say that this can be a 4-season fragrance, and it will smell kind of different. Well, let's say not different, but it gives you different vibes in warm weather and gives you different vibes in cold weather. Now, occasions, again, no restrictions here. You decide how to wear it. It's formal enough, but it's also casual enough. It depends on you. Will not upset people. This is office safe because it has almost no projection, almost no sillage. So people need to get really close to you to be, you know, offended by this fragrance. And even if they get close to you, there is nothing offending in this fragrance. It feels, although it has some kind of spiciness and woody, smoky touch to it, it's nothing too aggressive. I mean, it has that acceptable spiciness and acceptable woody and smokiness. And now the big question, is Lattafa Mohra a safe blind buy? Yes, it is. This is a 100% safe blind buy, but you should dial down your expectations. If you expect performance out of this, well, This is the opposite of performance. In fact, this is a one step up from no performance. Second thing, you need to leave this at least 3 months to macerate. I mean, if you are lucky and you get a bottle which is already macerated, but I don't think you will get that. But if you get this, don't think much, waste a few sprays and leave it to macerate at least 3 months. If you are hoping people will think about you are wearing an expensive fragrance from Penhaligon's, Tom Ford or Chopard, let me give you a little secret. If you buy this to impress people, you will impress them. Only in your head, because nobody will be able to smell you from a distance more than 50 centimeters away. So don't do that. Buy it only for you and your partner. And that's all for today, dear Fragmatics. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, and if you have this fragrance and you want to share your feedback, please do so in the comments area. I want to take a moment, like always, to say a big special thank you to all my current subscribers. And if you are new here and if it's your first time and you stayed until the end of this video, it means that I'm doing something good, something you like, something useful for you. So I will invite you to subscribe to join the family. To all of you, thank you for watching my videos, thank you for all the support, and thank you for being here. That's all for today. Until next time, stay safe, take care, and smell good. Bye.